But this was different. Tom Hanks played a real-life guy, Colonel Tom Parker, like I said. Biggest inaccuracy out of everything that I saw in that movie. In fact, not... Okay, I say I a lot. Me and close to 53 people that were in the theater with me, my mother, and a friend of ours. A lot of people, everyone in that theater will agree on one big inaccuracy, and that is Tom Parker never had an accent. Period. Watch any interview with Tom Parker and you'll hear that he didn't have an accent. But what he did have was a serious gambling addiction. He was a gambling addict. And, you know, he wouldn't allow Elvis to travel the world. He did keep Elvis trapped in Vegas because, well, his excuse was always security, but a lot of us know that's not the truth. So, other than Tom Hanks playing Colonel Tom Parker, or Criminal Tom Parker, as a teacher of mine used to call him. My teacher at the time was a huge Elvis fan. She still is, ginormous. Anyways, aside from Tom Hanks playing Tom Parker, Austin Butler, the former Nickelodeon actor, was, according to my friend who saw this movie with my mother and me, was the most spot-on Elvis impersonator ever. Well, he was accurate with the moves and the dance moves and the persona, the accent, and all that stuff. I know enough about him to understand him. I mean, then again, I have seen his movie Blue Hawaii. But anyway, I do think I know I'm with my friend on this. Austin Butler was the perfect actor to play Elvis Presley. No one will ever play Elvis the way he did. I know Kurt Russell played Elvis 2 years after the King passed away in 1979, but that was almost 45 years ago. We're talking about now. Who would be a good actor to play Elvis now? It is, no questions asked, Austin Butler. He was incredible. The way he spoke, the way his body language, or that lingo that Elvis had, that lingo you'd call it, Austin Butler was very spot on with it. My friend, I have another friend who's a huge Elvis fan, and he kind of showed me all these videos and movies that Elvis was in, including Blue Hawaii, and looking at the movies and the way Austin Butler performed, it was pretty spot on. It's cool to know that Tom Parker was involved with the carnival or the circus. Tom Parker was just one of those cool, charismatic salesman guys, I'll be honest. What I don't agree with when it came to Austin Butler playing Elvis was just how dark he got. Well, according to those who knew Elvis very well, Elvis was a very down-to-earth, very caring, generous, kind, and just overall wonderful person. When it came time, now yes, like every person, everyone on the planet has down times, and by that I mean sad days, bad days, grumpy days, angry days. I mean, what kind of human being doesn't, right? Well, when it came to that, I just don't imagine Elvis being that kind of a dark individual when he got that angry or that upset. What I do believe is, every now and then Elvis would have a bad day. The big problem I had with this, out of everything else, was this biographical film felt rushed. It was just a rush. Basically, it showed all the highlights and all the triumphs that Elvis did in just 42 years of his life. Well, it did show his upbringing in Mississippi, but it wasn't as well built. It wasn't as paced, I'd say. It wasn't as paced as the Ray Charles movie. I mean, that's a great film, the Ray Charles movie. The thing is, it wasn't as slowly paced. It was just a big, ginormous, whoa, triumph, boom, boom, triumph. He's dancing, he's performing, he's on tour. For me, personally, it was just too fast. But overall, I didn't mind it. And personally, I wouldn't mind renting it from the library and watching it again.